They waited there for about 15 minutes. After that, he said Michael Jackson walked into the room with an open umbrella. What's up guys, my name's Levi and this is Shred Shop, connecting you to skateboarding. And today we're doing 14 things you didn't know about DGK. In this video, we're gonna cover the team, how it got started, crazy collabs, and so much more. If you guys like the content that we're putting out and you follow us each and every week, the best way to support us so that you can keep getting content and we can keep making it is to like, subscribe, comment, and share our videos everywhere you can. Stevie Williams. Stevie is born December 17th, 1979, and he grows up in one of the rougher areas of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He grows up with a single mom, so they're on a pretty shoestring budget. And the area that he grew up in, skateboarding wasn't really a socially acceptable sport. After starting skateboarding at the age of 10, he gets sponsored at age 12 by Element Skateboards through a hookup through a friend by a guy named Jeff Pang. At age 14, he ends up leaving Philadelphia and hitchhiking his way to California. He ends up on the streets, homeless in San Francisco. While he's homeless, skateboarding in San Francisco, he ends up making a bunch of friends with the girl team riders. One day he finds himself at Chico Brenes' house, and there's a bunch of girl team riders there. Tim, Gavin, Guy Mariano, and a bunch of others. They all end up huddling around the TV, and someone pops in Stevie's sponsor tape. Everyone was super stoked on him. And not long after that, Rick Howard and Mike Carroll add him to the Chocolate Squad. Stevie said that Girl and Chocolate took a big chance on him by adding him to the team. This was one of the most revered and respected skateboard teams at the time. In 1999, he gets added to DC Shoes, where he would have some very popular DC Pro Model shoes. The two most notable are the Williams and the Reason. He also had a standout part in the DC video. He went on to have a widely respected and remembered pro career. He had parts in videos like Transworld The Reason, The Hot Chocolate Tour, DGK It's Official, the DC video, and many others. He also went on to be a video game character in Tony Hawk Project 8, Tony Hawk's Wasteland, and a secret character in NFL Street 2. It's funny to note that Stevie has a DC tattoo as well as a chocolate tattoo because he claims they were his family and he was there for life. He now owns DGK and gets to ride crazy high fashion skate shoes. Love Park. It's impossible to talk about DGK and Stevie Williams without mentioning and visiting Love Park. Love Park originally became a notable skateboard spot thanks to Ricky Oyola and his parts in the Eastern Exposure videos. It then went on from there and blew up to be a huge skateboard hub in the 90s. The skate spot got adopted by Josh Kalis and Stevie Williams. Those two and Love Park went hand in hand. They were synonymous with each other. The spot was featured in videos like 411, Transworld The Reason, the DC video, Alien Workshop Photosynthesis, and Kalis and Stevie even shared a part in Transworld The Sixth Sense video, where it had tons of Love Park footage. The start. Stevie and his friend Eli Soto owned a wheel company called Gold Weels under the Kayo Corp mother brand. After the success of Gold Weels, the co-owner of Kayo Corp, Troy Morgan, approaches Stevie about starting a board brand. In 2002, Stevie Williams shocks the skateboard world when he announces that he's leaving Chocolate to start a board brand called DGK. He said leaving Chocolate was so hard because he always loved the brand, and he said Rick Howard and Mike Carroll were his idols. DGK stands for Dirty Ghetto Kids. And after he found that name, he never wavered. He was so sure, and he knew that's what the brand had to be named. He also said after starting DGK that he was appealing to a certain person in the market. He said no other brands were marketing towards them, and so they had the corner in that area. Videos. Over the years, DGK has let out some standout videos. The Kayo Corp promo video in 2004, It's Official in 2006, Parental Advisory in 2012, Blood Money in 2014, and most recently, their video Saved in 2017. They also let out a tour video called Fresh Till Death, where they went on tour with Zero Skateboards. Wade DeZarmo. Wade is a young kid from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. When Wade gets approached by Stevie Williams to leave his current sponsor and start riding for DGK, he explodes into the skateboard world with a standout part in It's Official. After the video part, Wade goes pro for DGK. He then ends up being kind of Stevie Williams' wingman and his friend for a few years. From that, he gets on Reebok with Stevie Williams. After Wade's contract with Reebok, he leaves to ride for S. With DGK, he turns pro in 2007. In 2018, Wade announces that he's leaving DGK. After 15 years of being together, he decides to leave to ride for Primitive. He's also a 3-time world champion of the Dime Glory Challenge game of skate. The team. The original DGK team was Stevie Williams, Wade Desarmo, Lenny Rivas, Marcus McBride. As well, over the years, they had team riders like Keelan Dad, Baby Scumbag, John Shanahan, Boo Johnson, Rodrigo TX, and a bunch more. The Playground. In 2011, DGK opens their own private training facility. The skate park was under a mall in Atlanta. It was free for all DGK team riders as well as their friends to come through and skate and film content, put out web content. They would make edits of all different people skating there, and they would put out different montages, clips. Josh Kalis. In 2009, Josh Kalis announces that he is leaving his long-time partnership with Alien Workshop to go and ride for DGK. He joins his friends over there and one of his besties, Stevie Williams. This was kind of an earth-shattering move at the time because he was such a big part of what Alien Workshop was back then. But it also speaks to the friendship and the strength that Josh Kalis and Stevie Williams have and what it was like growing up together. So to have them together made the brand that much better. Kalis's first board graphic on DGK was an alien abduction board. It was kind of a throwback or paying homage to an early Alien Workshop graphic. Josh Kalis has had a massive impact on the skateboard world, his career spanning for so long and leaving a long legacy of video parts and impact on the culture. Some of his parts were the Etnies High Five video, Toy Machine Heavy Metal, Alien Workshop Time Code, Photosynthesis and Minefield, a slew of Transworld videos, the DC video, and of course, DGK's parental advisory video. An interesting fact is that Kalis actually never paid any of his skateboarding tickets that he got at Love Park. He then eventually got a huge bill from the city of Philadelphia and had to go to court multiple times to deal with it. He ended up losing in court and had to pay the city of Philadelphia $117,000 in fines. DGK RBK. In 2004, DGK and Reebok came together and made a huge shoe deal. This included a massive 3-year shoe deal for multi-million dollars just for Stevie Williams. Although he didn't disclose the exact amount, Stevie said during a Complex interview that on some of his worst months during that contract, he was making over $100,000. At the time, that was the biggest shoe deal in skateboarding. Stevie said that one of the reasons it didn't work with Reebok was that skateboard culture as a whole was still so focused on core skateboard shoes. We didn't have Adidas or New Balance or Nike or anyone coming in there at the time, and so Reebok was kind of a black sheep. Other people that got sponsored by Reebok under the DGK contract was Darren Harper, Wade Desarmo, Marcus McBride, and Lenny Rivas. Collabs. Over the years, DGK has done a ton of different collabs. Recently, they did a Bruce Lee collection. They've done Diamond Hardware collab, S, High Times Magazine, G-Shock watches, Love Park collection, Cup of Noodles collab, and even with Zero Skateboards. The end of DGK. In 2012, DGK becomes so big that it starts to be distributed in massive box stores like Macy's. The problem was that at Kayo Corp, a lot of the other brands were struggling. They were having financial problems, and a lot of the team members were leaving. At this time, DGK was even being sued by the rapper Rick Ross for not being paid out for his contract. Luckily, the brand never had to officially close, but they definitely had to restructure. Modern DGK. The current DGK team consists of Stevie Williams, Dane Vaughn, Josh Kalis, John Shanahan, Marcus McBride, Boo Johnson, and recently they just added Chaz Ortiz to the team. It looks like DGK is back strong and back to their roots, which is really cool. They've even most recently put out a DGK collab board with Virgil Abloh, which has been a major designer for Off-White, as well as he's the resident in-house designer for Louis Vuitton. So it looks like DGK is trying to make their brand more prominent in the streetwear and street culture era. Neverland. Stevie gets a phone call from a guy. He's claiming to be Michael Jackson's agent. And he said, I want you to come visit Neverland. So he flies straight from Slam City Jam in Vancouver, Canada, and on the way he runs into Muska in the airport, who apparently got the same call. Stevie said that he thought he was being punked, but either way, he invites his mom along because he knows that she loves Michael Jackson. He said that when his plane landed, they got shuttled to the most ballin' mansion that he has ever seen in his entire life. After being welcomed into a front room, they waited there for about 15 minutes. After that, he said Michael Jackson walked into the room with an open umbrella. MJ gave them a whole tour of the Neverland Ranch, and apparently Michael Jackson's two nephews were huge fans of skateboarding, and they were big fans of Stevie Williams and Chad Muska. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name's Levi. This is Shred Shop, connecting you to skateboarding. Let us know below who your favorite team rider was on DGK and what your favorite graphic was. And remember to support your local skate shop. Don't be a bonehead and shop at the mall. Stay tuned for Comment of the Week. Whoa, guys, I've been farting all day because I'm reading spicy ones. Thanks to you in the comment section. This one is from Hobo Shop, rated PG-13. Yep, you know it's going to be good with a name like that. He says, do these guys not know the difference between Michael Jordan and Kevin Durant? First of all, Hobo Shop, rated PG-13. We just finished talking in this video about Michael Jordan. Stevie Williams went to his ranch. We know who he is. Because they said Michael Jordan but showed a picture of Kevin Durant. They're totally different people. They don't even play the same position, nor do they even play or have played for the same city or the same state team. So I'm really just curious how they mixed the two up. Lol. Listen, you can't disguise such a scummy, mean, terrible comment with a lol at the end. It doesn't work. Let me tell you some basketball players that I know exactly who they are. Shaquille O'Neal, Kyrie Irving, Kobe Bryant, Kyle Lowry. These are all players, and they score the best goals and the best touchdowns of the entire sports.